everybody. Welcome back to Sofia's Football Talk. Breaking news as Marcus Rashford has spoken out after, of course, being dropped from the Man United squad ahead of the Manchester derby this past weekend. I've seen basically Henry Winter posting like a long type of quotes from Rashford. I haven't seen all of it, so I was thinking let's dissect it live. Of course, there are some other Man United news that we will be addressing as well, contract news from other players, but this one is the biggest news right now. Before we start the video, make sure, of course, that you give this video here a big thumbs up and indeed subscribe. We earlier today just passed 4.6K subscribers, so we're less than 400 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers. So let's make it happen. And yeah, also consider becoming SFT member. Link is in the description box. And YouTube finally made a cool little what should I say, feature where you can have super chat goals. So today for this stream, we have about 5 super chats that you can send in, where we get closer to upgrading the filming studio. So if you want to help out, then feel free, of course, to send in a super chat. Any donation will help very much. But yeah, big up though. Big up to Hanos is going live at the perfect time as the bomber dropped. Exactly. I was going back and forth thinking, what type of news am I going to talk about? And then this hit, we have to talk about it. Big up Ravi. Yes, get the likes up. So I literally have the quotes here. We need to address it. So let me zoom in a little bit. I think y'all can see it here. There we go. So listen, Marcus Rashford had a day off today. So he returned to his old primary school, Button Lane, South Manchester, and handed out 420 Christmas presents to all the pupils. By the way, I will never, and this is me just giving out my opinion, I'm never going to look down on Rashford for helping out a lot of, the kids like that. How he has helped so many families, less fortunate families, since the start of his Man United career, use his platform for good. I respect and I will always respect that 100%. So I just wanted to say that first and foremost. It also says it was a long planned event, eliciting delight from the children. One boy, scarcely more than 4 years old, had a special message for the Man United striker. He says, "Thank you for the food as well, Marcus. Rashford will leave United one day, possibly in the January window, given the mood, music, inside character, but his influence will remain with many children across the country, following his ongoing work tackling childhood poverty." It was emotional to hear that. 100% Rashford told me of the 4-year-old's word of thanks. I don't like to see kids go through what I went through growing up. So as many kids as I can help, I will. That's why the program needs to go on for as long as possible and it needs to keep improving. This is what Rashford says. And then Henry Winter keeps saying here, wherever you stand on the Rashford debate, and he certainly generates headlines, he has been a force for good in so many children's life. One of the Button Lane teachers said that Rashford present will be the only one some of the 420 kids receive this Christmas. Another pointed through the window to the 3G 5-a-side Rashford funded. I respect it. Yes, Triple M, good evening to you. Hope you're good. Yes, big news. We're just dissecting all of this piece that Henry Winter has wrote. To continue, some balance is required in the current Rashford debate. I was shown some of the DMs he receives on a regular basis, and they are utterly despicable. There are rumors of a lack of professionalism. I think Rashford then says, "I do feel misunderstood, but I'm fine with it. I'm a very simple person. I love football. That's been my life from the beginning." At 27 and having scored 138 goals in 426 appearances for United and 17 in 60 for England, Rashford remains a huge talent and will be in demand, possibly for Spain when he leaves United. Yes, he could do more on the field, certainly out of possession. Yes, he was dropped from Sunday's match day squad against Man City by Ruben Amorim, who questioned his application training. Rashford said it's disheartening to be left out of the derby, but it's happened. We won the game, so let's move on. It's disappointing, but I'm also someone as I've gotten older, I can deal with setbacks. What am I going to do about it? Sit there and cry about it or do my best the next time I'm available? Okay. He awoke this morning to headlines detailing United's desire to sell him. Henry then asked Rashford if he's staying or going. For me personally, I think I'm ready for a new challenge and the next steps. Oh my God. All of these words were prefaced with respect for the club, which has been his home for almost 20 years. When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments from me about Man United. That's me as a person. If I know that a situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past, and I know, and I don't want to be that person. When I leave, I'll make a statement and will be from me, from the heart, as he'll always be a red. Yes, 100%, 100%. Oh my God. Interesting. He's 27, peak time for a player, combining experience and athleticism, and he should be embedded in a team, create an even bigger legacy. I'm halfway through my career, Rashford replies. I don't expect my peak to be now. I've had 9 years so far in the Premier League, and that's taught me a lot. That's helped me grow as a player and as a person. So I don't have any regrets from the last 9 years. I won't have any regrets going forward because I take things day by day, and sometimes bad things happen. Sometimes good things happen. I just try and keep a fine balance. The best is yet to come. 100%. That's my mentality. He craves in England. By the way, there's a lot, but we just have to go through this, and then I'll give my actual opinions on it because this is a proper bumble. Like I was just thinking we were gonna have just a chill Tuesday night, talk about a couple of news here and there, but damn. And here we are, almost 10 minutes into the video, all about Rashford. Okay, we move. Bamba indeed. He craves an England return and chance of making the 2026 World Cup. That still excites me. It's playing for your country in the biggest competition in the world. I've had the chance to do it before, Russia 2018 and Qatar 2022, and it's an unbelievable experience. If I got the opportunity again, I'll grab it. I'll try and grab it with both hands. Even though he has scored 3 times for Amorim, the new head coach 3-4-2-1 system does not appear to suit Rashford. The player himself makes a point about his adaptability with the left wing, number 9, or number 10. I have trained to play in all three positions. Some positions are more natural to me. Some positions I have to train more and do a bit more tactical work. The left side suits me the best, but Amorim doesn't play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. He plays with two tens. The left 10 still suits me, but you have to adapt your game. The biggest skill set is adaptability. People might not see it, but eventually they'll see I've played in a plenty of different positions under all the managers. If his days under Amory look numbered, Rashford will pursue his dreams elsewhere. The last time Rashford returned to Button Lane, he was asked by a young girl, "What's your biggest achievement?" He replied, "I haven't achieved it yet." That attitude echoes his love of Relentless, the book by the American mindset guru Tim Grover. Rashford's not fallen out of love with football. He's still aspiring to achieve things in the sport that's his world. Definitely, regardless of what gets said about me, I have my own dreams. I've achieved parts of it, but I'm not at where I want to be. But the problem is when you get there, you create another day. It's a cycle that never stops. They're not really an end point, just the pursuit of excellence. Rashford needs to intensify that pursuit. He has the talent, and it looks like that talent will move away from Man United. He will still return to Button Lane. Marcus Rashford won't forget where he came from, nor will he forget United. This, to me, seems like this is the beginning of the end. This is the end. 100% he's leaving. I think it's January. I'm also thinking with him making this interview, I just don't see where he then what How can he come back from this? You know, I don't see it. I generally don't see how he comes back from this. I don't. So, and I don't think it'll happen. To be fair, I think this probably will be the end. Will we see Rashford in a Man United kit again? I don't know. Especially after this interview, it will be very interesting when we have I believe we have the Amorim press conference tomorrow. So obviously he'll be asked about, um, of course, this interview from Rashford, the statements from Rashford. He'll be asked about this. So it'll be very interesting to see what he says and whether or not Rashford will be dropped again or I don't know. But I don't see him coming back, especially with the fact that he says that okay, I'm like ready for a new challenge. It just feels very clear that I think he's done. I think he will play again, but he's definitely gone. He might be on the bench for his first game, but I just feel like this might be like the end, you know? Respectfully, I do think so. And it's that how this has ended, unfortunately. I really wish a lot more from Rashford, but what are we going to do, you know? Respectfully, what are we going to do? But yeah, I do think this is respectfully like this is actually done. This is finished, you know? So he is leaving. And you got to move on. You got to just move on. Where can he potentially go? There were some reports that Barcelona could be interested, but they kind of broke Casells. So I don't know. But then again, earlier today, reported by Alex Crook, clubs in Saudi Arabia, including Al Ittihad, are on the red alert with Man United open to offers for Marcus Rashford. So I won't be shocked. For me, I'm thinking he can still play in Europe at a high level. I'm thinking maybe a PSG. Now that Kolomuani looks to be that he's being pushed out of PSG, I think he's getting out as well. Um, but especially Kolomuani, I'm then thinking that then opens a spot for a Rashford to go to PSG. Or maybe it'll be like a loan move to I don't know if Dortmund or Dortmund, other German clubs, Leverkusen, would they be? I don't know. Hmm. Or maybe I'm thinking, but then again, like the only thing with the Italian clubs is that they struggle sometimes financially. Like often, like with an Inter, they go for the guys on the free transfer, yada yada yada. So I just don't know if like maybe a Napoli. But then again, like Triple M is saying, I just feel like PSG would just make sense. I think he will cook at PSG, and I generally think that could be a good match. I agree with you. Brand Rashford and Brand PSG are a match made in heaven, and I think maybe it can help him ignite his career. Maybe, just maybe, because right now not much is working for PSG is struggling as well, and he's struggling as well. Maybe have them both help each other out. I don't know, but right now at Man United, it's done. Respectfully, it's done. It's finished. So we're gonna get like when the window opens in about what I think it's 15 days, so almost 2 weeks until the transfer window opens. It's a wrap then. Then you gonna be gone. Pick up Dark Crow. As we have time will prove Rashford was always an average player, hyped by the club and lucky to get thousands of opportunities. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I haven't been gassed about Rashford over the years. It's just sad how he kind of lost. I don't know, maybe a little bit of hunger, but it's just he had that spark when he first broke into the team. He got an opportunity. Everybody, so many different forwards were injured for Man United 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago now, very close to that, to be fair. And he got the opportunity, hasn't looked back since, and made a name for himself. We have some seasons where it's been really good, but then at this lower parts, it tends to be very low. It tends to be very bad. That's the unfortunate part with the Rashford. So therefore, I'm like, he has to go. Respectfully, he has to go. And it's okay to acknowledge that in order for Man United to be great again, we have to move away from certain players. And the same goes for other players. In order for them to maybe be good, they need to move away from us. So it goes both ways, you know? At least what I think. It goes both ways. So we just gotta move on and halas, you know? We gotta move on. It's that simple. Keep getting the likes up, by the way, people. Keep getting the likes up. How many likes do we have so far? Let's see. Uh, we have 7 likes. I think we can do better. Come on, come on now. Triple M said it is a style issue. Rashford is not a bad player. He just needs a team that plays to his pace and physicality. Exactly. I'm not gonna sit there and act like Rashford is a trash player and yada yada yada. Some team will benefit from having a player such as Rashford. I refuse to just believe that he's done. He's done at Man United. We can all agree with that. But he's not done with playing football just in general. And I hope, as long as it's outside of England, because if it's gonna be like another English club, like if it goes to the Arsenal, that's when I'll be like, that's when I'm gonna be like, but if it's in the other clubs outside of England, I have no problem with that. Go shine. Caca. Spread the wings. That's at least what I feel. That's what I feel. I mean, obviously, his confidence has taken a huge hit too. Yep. A real talk. Rashford was decent when he first came in. It was quality, but his attitude and all about him thinking has not helped him. I don't know. With his attitude, sometimes people could be reaching, but it's with the effort sometimes. But him as a person, I'm not gonna go too much about that. Now, likes don't do your girl Sofia dirty. Yes, like, and indeed subscribe. Join the SFT family. We will be updating the membership perks soon. We have to do that before the year ends, definitely. But let's move on to some other news. After all, more Man United news, of course. So, Ganacho did win the 2024 FIFA Puskas Award for his overhead kick against Everton. So, congratulations to him. But will he potentially be leaving Man United as well? Maybe. Earlier today, and also to be fair, looks to be when I did a little bit of research, it looks to be that there were reports even a month ago, but then it kind of intensified again that Atletico Madrid have identified Man United's Alejandro Garnacho as their number one transfer target for January. Source: the highest. I don't know how reliable this source is. We have to wait and see. Um, Either way, it'll be interesting whether or not, because I think with Canacho, he's on a thin line as well. So don't get it twisted. Being dropped from the Man City Derby, I mean Manchester Derby, I should say, you have to work on yourself as well. I just feel like it looks more so to be that Rashford is way more out. He's done than what a Ganacho is. Ganacho is also a lot younger. So I do think that they're like, okay, maybe, just maybe we'll give him a little bit of a leeway. But if he continues moving the way he's moving, then class, we have got to move on as well from a Ganacho. But respectfully, if I could pick after all of it, what's been happening, I would probably cash in. Imagine pure profit from both Ganacho and Rashford. No, cash in, respectfully. What award is that? Never have you never heard about the Puskas Award? It's the awards for best gold every year. We've had, I'm pretty sure it was, what's his name again? Freaking hell, I have literally. Oh my god, what's his name again? Discuss. I'm freaking hell, I can't remember. No? Oh, Son won it as well, actually. Son has won it. But basically, Garnacho is the first. Eric Lamela won it. I remember 2021. That was good. I kind of. I think it might have been a backheel goal. It was a nice goal, to be fair. He won it. But yeah, and Garnacho is the first Man United player to have won it since Ronaldo won it back in 2009. So that says a lot. And that goal was magnificent. I really liked the overhead kick by Garnacho. Thought it was good. And then also DiMarco was also, and I actually voted for Garnacho and I voted DiMarco this as a number two. Uh, yes, that's the word exactly. Xerxes' agent, Kia Xian, will hold a meeting with Man United in the coming days to understand the club's plans for the striker ahead of the January transfer window for Batoto Sports. So we'll see. I mean, I would think that Xerxes, when coming on in the Man City derby, think I think he held his own. I think I saw some positive stuff, but I need to, of course, see more. But I'm giving him like a bit more time. I'm not gonna write somebody off unless you like crap after just a few months. Like I need to see a bit more sample size. But I do still we do need a striker, to be fair, either way. Ahmad, by the way, Manad are close to agreeing a new long-term contract with Ahmad. It is expected to be announced before the end of the year, and all parties are very happy. And I know that I think it was Fabrizio Mano that tweeted. Let me double check here. Pretty sure I saw something. Yes, people do subscribe to Sofia ASMR. That channel will be updated with posted some content very, very soon. So there you have it. Let me see. Was it not Fabrizio Romano? Am I tripping? Wait, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it might have been. It could have been. Good evening, Bart. Hope you're well. Let me write. Sir. Can't remember where it was. I know it says that it's imminent. So there you have it. It's imminent. So I think we're probably going to hear something very, very soon for sure. Maguire, by the way, spoken about his contract due to expire in January. He says all the signs are positive at the moment, and the chat that I'm having is really positive. I haven't really thought about it. I've still got this year to go with an option in their hands. Y'all know me where I've kind of stood with a Maguire. But when he has been playing, even last season, this season, putting up some solid performance. And I'm not going to lie, in the match with Derby, didn't put any foot wrong. He did well. Very well against Holland. Same with Leach. I feel like the defense was very good. But I think Maguire. So I'm just saying I don't want him to be the number one, like one of the first choice center backs. But triggering an option, like if we can trigger the year option of him staying for another year and him being a bench option and he wants to do that, then I wouldn't mind. Whether or not we should extend his contract, then that has to be with heavily reduced terms because I believe he might be on 190, I think. So you have to heavily put on a wage cut, respectfully, and maybe like 2 years. Then maybe, respectfully, that's when we probably are going to, do something. But other than that, I'm a bit unsure. But I'm open. Rashford has 3.5 years left on his Marshall deal. He earns the same base fee. Except this, he's gonna be going. Rashford is Central United's market is free. If he leaves, then it will then your it actually won't. There will respectfully. There are other players that we will be respectfully. I think he'll be the face of Man United. Trust me. When Man United, why are we acting like we're gonna be? It's gonna dent the income. Man United as a brand itself is the income. The income will come. So by Rashford leaving, we've had world class players leave Man United, and we still are relevant. So respectfully, we made Rashford, and when Rashford leaves, we will still be okay. Because as long as we are performing on the pitch, the rest will follow. And I'm more so about making players, brands. Like let's be honest, Rashford and Garnacho made a name for themselves at Man United. It's not like they were already names outside of Man United and then they still became the name or even more. Like no, no, no. We made them. They need us more. We don't need them. Respectfully, except what Triple M says, we don't need Rashford. Like we don't need Rashford to be relevant. That's ridiculous. Come on. If anything, this is exactly what Ineos need. Rashford leaving is a symbol of change. This is a big, huge. Then I'll be like, oh, they're serious. Because I was thinking they were doing a bit too much. I didn't understand the whole sacking of the Dan Ashworth, yada, yada, yada. But by moving on from a Rashford, that's huge to me. That's when I'll be like, oh, finally, we're making moves. Finally, there are some changes happening. Because right now, I feel like there's been quite lackluster changes for a long time. So yeah, that's at least what I feel. Rashford could cook at Napoli. I think so too. If Kara leaves, then they will be able to afford him, but not his sport and wage. This is why I'm saying I generally think I don't think Clyde, I believe, is will be signing a new contract, I think, and where his release clause will be 80 million. Therefore, there's a lot of clubs then that will be able to get a Kvaratskhelia. And when Kvaratskhelia leaves, they do need a proper winger. I'm saying, you see how McTominay is cooking for Napoli? I think Rashford will cook as well. And you be reunited with Lukaku, you have McTominay there, so and it's the culture is different. You're outside of England, and you could just focus on that. I think Napoli would be a great move. They would love it. Instant. The way, because there's been, I believe McTominay had an interview earlier today talking about like his time at Man United, of course, as an academy player, but obviously he has a lot of love for Man United, but like he's moved on. He's loving the life at Napoli. They love him. He loves the people there. Like the people instantly when he became a Napoli player, the Napoli fans have just they love him. And the Italians, the fans, they'll back you. They will back you to the heels and back 100%. Italian fans are super passionate, super passionate. They'll back you. They'll back you. Unless they'll back you until you give them a reason not to back you. Like with Lukaku, how he's been snaking multiple clubs in Italy. Then that's a different story. But everybody else, they do be backing, respectfully. So we have to wait. Can you see Rashford at Barca if they sell a few other players? The thing is with Barca, I've been saying they're a mess. Yes, I was not fooled with how they start the season, cooking under a Hansi Flick, but now they're kind of struggling. They've been losing here and there. Da, 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 da. I'm just saying. And they're struggling with money. How I still often don't get how so many players tend to keep going there. And then a year or so later, they'll be hearing, oh, they have to sell this and that player to finalize getting this player. Da, 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 da. It's a madness over there. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but if I was Rashford, I wouldn't go to Barcelona. I wouldn't. I would like a Napoli, even like Bart says here, even even like a Milan. If Leao leaves, that's not a bad shout. If Leao leaves, Then going to a Milan, you have a couple of, you know, former English Premier League players that plays there, right? So former teammates. I he could suit that for sure. So I don't think that would be a bad move. So there are options. It could be even Germany, it could be PSG. There's so many different options, but it's just about who is willing to take the risk. I do think the risk will have some type of reward for both parties. But the most important thing is that he leaves Man United. Where he goes next, we'll see. We'll see. Is guys, is my sound breaking up? Let me know, because sometimes it can be a StreamYard. Let me know. Bart, anybody else in the chat? Is my audio sounding okay? I need to check. I think it might be StreamYard generally. Because with OBS, I don't be having that issue. But let me know in the chat. Is the audio sounding okay? Or is it sometimes occasionally breaking up? Let me know. Because I know what you're saying, Ravi. I noticed that with other content creators as well. So I do think, no, you're audibly clearly not breaking up. I don't know if he's taking a piss or not, but regardless. Regardless, by the way, we have been obviously talking about outgoings, but what about incoming? So Man United remain in contact with Victor Osimhen ahead of a potential move. I know that, of course, Chelsea are interested as well. First, I was saying, I believe last year, I think this time last year, I was saying it earlier this year, like in January window and stuff. I was saying, bring me Victor Osimhen or like an Ivan Tone. I was saying those two, one of those two. But and then in the summer, I was like, oh, I don't know. You gotta be cooking for Galatasaray, you know. I've been watching a few Galatasaray games when they be playing in the Europa League and such, and I'm like, I'm just saying, I would be mad at it for the right price, but then again, I would love a Victor Gyökeres though. But I'm just saying, I'm not as opposed to a Victor Osimhen as I was um, basically back in the summer window, you know? But either way, keep getting the likes up, by the way, people. Keep getting the likes up and do indeed subscribe. Do indeed subscribe. How will Rashford be remembered by fans? I think that he should be a hero or cult hero at the very least. One of the few success stories of the past Fergie era. Cult hero? I don't know about that. Cult hero? Like, cult hero? Like, he's won a few trophies, but it's not like any of the major ones. And like, scored a lot of goals. I'll give him that, but I just can't call him a cult hero. We've been very fortunate. We had a bunch of cult heroes, bunch of legends, both bunch of goats at Man United. I've been lucky to see a lot of them in my 20 years of supporting Man United. But a cult hero next to Rashford's name in his stint, the period for Man United, that's a bit mad. That's a bit mad. That's a bit mad. Trincao will be a good winger for Amorim. Yamal will be the brother. Yamal, that guy is staying at Barcelona as long as he can. He ain't leaving. I'm not even trying to dream and like, nah. I'm not even, no, respectfully. I'm not even entertaining that. I'm not. Because it won't be happening. Having a Yamal come to Man United. That's not happening. So we just gotta leave that out of the door, respectfully. He's an amazing player, but he ain't leaving anytime soon. That's not happening. I don't know. Big up, O'Reilly. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you. Welcome. We were just been talking about the Rashford thing. I want to hear your thoughts in the chat, though, people. But yeah, Rashford will be leaving. respectfully. And like I said, there are multiple clubs or some that are interested. A couple of Saudi clubs, I think maybe even MLS. But the thing is, he's 27. I still believe that there is a player that can play at the highest level, just not at Man United. Not that we were at the highest level, because unfortunately we haven't been there for a while. But I'm just saying, he needs to go to another club. He needs to go outside of England. Riley says we can give you a cup prize, Mudrik after his ban. Yeah, respectfully, Mudrik. I've been okay. So with the whole Mudrik incident with the drug things and da 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 da, I've been saying it was done before. Now, especially with what's going on with Mudrik, he's definitely finished. Finito, finito. I knew there was something fishy with the guy. Allegedly, he knew. Allegedly, allegedly, he did know. But I think he's done. I think he's done. I don't think he comes back from this. Um, and it is what it is, respectfully. It is what it is. We move on. We move on, respectfully. This is annoying me. Wait. There we go. Oh, guys. Riley says, I like Rashford. He did his best for his boyhood club. Time for both parties to move on. Wish him best of luck. Treated harshly at times. Exactly. I didn't like a lot of the articles that came earlier this week and other times where I do feel like it's been a bit too much. I don't like the character assassination. I don't like that. It's completely fine criticizing, constructive criticism, but like beyond that, I think it's a bit too far. My opinion, though. But I do agree with Riley. Like, thank you for your service for my club. Thank you, and I wish you the best. Not much else I can say. I wish you the best. We move on. Kalas. Should United sign players from the championship as the league has games on Thursday night, which will suit many? Bart. Bart. When will you quit this Liverpool gimmick? What team do you support? Sunderland, isn't it? It's Sunderland, right? Or is it Stoke? There's nothing wrong with supporting them, but you don't support Liverpool. You don't. I know it, Bart. I know that you don't support Liverpool. It's okay, Bart. Because the way you've been moving with some of these comments, some of these jabs, it's a bit too, what can I say? A bit too forced. Therefore, you're not a Liverpool supporter. You're not. I know that you are a 34-year-old man from Sunderland. And it's okay. Enough with the Liverpool gimmick. Be real for once, Bart. Be real. Welcome, Bart. Welcome. Bart is probably with Donna right now. He probably might be. Enjoy. Enjoy. Exactly. Yo, I just made Bart laugh. You're welcome, Bart. Spot me, G. Spot me. You're welcome. The only thing I like is the name Bart. Bart Simpson. You know, ay caramba vibes, basically. That's all we're at right now. Yes, indeed. Anything else to talk about? We've been live for quite some time. So big up. Of course, I will be live tomorrow again for a Tottenham versus Man United preview where we have the lovely Ash from All About the WSL. Been here on the channel before, so we will have her on to talk about the Spurs Man United. I believe is it quarterfinal Carabao Cup? Are we already in the quarterfinals? Carabao Cup. Yeah, it is quarterfinal. Damn, quarterfinal already. I need to make revenge, proper revenge against Spurs. I need revenge. I do. Rashford has had more goal contributions this season than both and Grealish combined. Thank you. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Now you got some facts, and I respect it. Sofia not watching the W because her team don't make. No, no. Oh, you think about the Women's Champions League? No, to be fair, no. Sometimes I put it on. No, I know because I know. Isn't it the Chelsea and or Madrid playing right now? Or am I mistaken? Pretty sure. What was that? No. Oh, they did play. Chelsea won 2-1. Okay. One on penalties. Leon are playing right now. Is Ada Hegerberg playing? Yes, she is. Currently 0-0. So yes, I don't really be watching the Women's Champions League that much, but sometimes I do be tuning in. Don't get it twisted. Just because I might not be super vocal about it doesn't mean I don't watch it. Sometimes I do tune in. So yeah. But of course, I would have definitely watched a lot more if I did have Man United women playing. So I hope that we can be able to do it. It would be great if we can qualify for the next season. Fingers crossed. Need Skinner to go. Have you seen Sebastian Nanasi? I feel like I've heard the name before, but is a Swedish attacker that's highly rated and is currently dominating the Allsvenskan. You know a lot, Bart. I've noticed that. Sebastian. Let me see here. Who does he play for? Sebastian Nanasi. Oh, yeah. I've seen this guy before. Plays for right now. Salzburg. Wait, where's he on loan? Yeah, technically for Salzburg, the French team. Okay. Used to play for Malmö before. 22 years old. Hmm. Haven't seen him play though, so I'm not going to act like I have. I haven't. So, yeah. Haven't done that respectfully. Nanasi plays for Strasbourg. He's blue. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Riley, for the info there. Thank you. Guys, so we're going to be ending it here. Thank you so much for being a part of it. This stream, I know we didn't get any super chats for this stream, but hey, the goals are still there. If you want to help out to, you know, get a cloak, basically a goal for to be able to change up the filming studio, get some proper more equipment, then then donations are always welcome. But never feel pressured. Just by liking and subscribing, all those things are free. It really helps the channel out a lot. But we are trying to milk a full time though in the future. So any donations do indeed help to go a long way. He's coming, Chelsea. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry. That's funny. But yeah, big up people. Once again, like the thing. Yes, I will be back tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow, special guest Ash, Spurs fan, to preview Tottenham versus Man United quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. So if you don't want to miss out on that, then make sure that you are subscribed, tap on the notification bell button, and like the video. I believe this video will be redirecting you to that video. So already like it. But yeah, see y'all tomorrow. Oh wait, wait a minute. Did somebody just redirect? Wait, hold up. Wait, why do we suddenly have a lot of people watching now? Hey, BSB raid. Then we will not leave. Months. Big up to my broski months. Come on, thank you. You know what? We're not leaving yet. We were just about to wrap up, but we might as well stay here. To those of you new here, subscribe to the channel, join the Sofia's Football Talk. Big up. I appreciate Mons. Big up to Mons. I love the Big Six community. I mean, been a big fan for a few years now, so big up to that channel. Make sure you do subscribe to Mons and the Labs. Great channel. Big up Kingsman. Hope you're doing well. FSG out indeed. Yeah, big up, Ed. Big up everybody that's here so far. Damn, where do we even? I mean, We're just about to wrap up, but I'm like, we're gonna stay a little bit longer. You know what? We'll stay. You know what? Let's have a Q&A while we're at it. Ravi, other people, me and Amanda and I related questions, and we'll stay here for another 10 minutes. Might as well. Might as well. Let me just charge my computer real quick. So we give the people what they want, a little bit of a show, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if there's any Rashford questions that you have, doesn't have to just be about Man United. It can be about any other club, to be honest. Yes, Rashford bum. We might as well stay longer. That was a bit mad though. Yes, the ASMR channel is linked there in the chat from my great mod, Rabbi. Thank you for that, Rabbi. I appreciate it. Let's talk about how good Ahmad is. Can we? Ahmad Diallo. Like I said earlier in the stream, new contract. Most likely both parties will wrap it up before the year ends. So yeah, big up to Red Indian says, is this a Liverpool fan channel? Sadly, to disappoint you, it's not a Liverpool channel. It's more of a, I don't like to call myself a Man United channel, but we do a lot of Man United content. We do also talk about Liverpool. We like to laugh at Liverpool. Of course, sometimes we be objective, but we do talk about all kinds of different football. But yeah, Bayern. Bayern. What you want to do with Garnacho? Neil? It's a great question. What do I want to do? Respectfully, Garnacho, we can bounce. If we can get some dinero, some moolah, some kaching for a Garnacho, then I'm not going to say no. Respectfully, personally speaking, I'm not going to say no. I'm not. So I do think that maybe he might buy himself a little bit more time just because of the fact that he's a lot more younger than a Rashford. Okay, so he bought himself some time, but at the end of the day, I do think that he probably should be leaving, though, in my humble opinion. I think he's gotten a bit too big for his boots, in the words of Stormzy. Bigger Red Indian. Son likely out. Koeman super injury prone. Olise, Kane, Rashford front three. Who says no? Oh, you're saying Rashford to Bayern. Interesting. I know that Harry Kane was recently asked about like which Spurs play would he like to join Kane, then join Kane to join the Spurs, and he said he would want Sonny, aka Heung-min Son Heung-min, and I'm like, Stone's contract is about to run out by the end of the season. Let's say Son leaves, Gnabry leaves, or what? Either one of them wouldn't be a bad thing. I would like to see Kane x Sonny again, just one more time, just one more season, just once. And I want to see Son win trophies. He's not going to win trophies at Spurs, respectfully. I love Son. And I also love Harry Kane. Like, I really want them to win trophies. You know? There's just something about, especially with Son, just so likable. He deserves, get him a trophy. But Rashford to a Bayern, though, that's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. Would you say sell Højlund? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sell him. I still believe that Højlund has a lot of potential. He has a bag of potential. I 100% believe that. So, respectfully, I would like Højlund to stay. At least I would like to give him one more season, you know? Because when he is good, like I do see the qualities. Of course, he has a lot to work on. Still young, though. I do think sometimes people are forgetting. But of course, if you're good enough, you're old enough. So I hear that side of it as well. But there are certain attributes that I do like with Højlund. So therefore, I wouldn't say sell a Rasmus Højlund at all. Neil says, where do you see Kabimeno in our system? Because he's not the most athletic. That is a good question, Neil. Big up to you, Neil Gunner 93. That is a good question. almost feel like he can. Maybe it'll be like in a pivot alongside a Ugarte, but then again, maybe he can be one of the inside tens, one of the two tens in the system, potentially. But he has to work more on his fitness because you definitely saw in the match at Derby when Mount had to get subbed off in the 12th minute of the game. Kobe was struggling a little bit at the beginning, but I felt like he grew more and more into the game. So he hasn't, unfortunately, since the injury this season, he hasn't really been, and also at the beginning of the season, he hasn't been like up to par as he was last season. Last season, he was the best player for me, Man United, alongside a Dallo. And this season, he hasn't really been exactly what we kind of raved about him for. But I believe he can be. And I think you need to build the team around him, and especially around Ahmad. Those two are the future of Man United. Right now, they are. So, and I think if there's anybody that's going to be able to develop him properly, because he wasn't able to get a proper development, he was just good last season, incredible, magnificent. But I think he become even better. I think he has world class abilities. I think he can. We can call him world class at some point in the future. When that will happen, I don't know. But I think it might be sooner than we think. 100%. And we just need him to be developed. And with the athleticism aspect of your question here, yes, he might not be the fastest. He can be a bit too slow sometimes on the ball, but I think that can be worked on. Make sure you have him on, like, don't let him do the dirty work. Like, leave Ugarte to do that because Ugarte does that well. Let Kabimeno progress the ball forward. Let him just be on the front foot when it comes to moving the ball forward. That's what I think. But a good question. What's your thought on Euro versus City? I thought Euro, did his thing when he came on. He still needs to, of course, get more into match fitness as well. The same goes with Euro. But I think Euro can become great as well. I think he also can become world class in the future. Like, see a little sample piece, might be weak for some people, but the little sample piece that I've seen from Eleni Euro, I think he can become great. Hmm. Also think Atalanta, if Lokman leaves, that is, oh yeah, for Rashford. Yeah, that was Lokman. From me laughing at him for completely messing up the Panenka for Fulham, what was it, two seasons ago? To him freaking becoming the, like, doing one of the best displays in a final ever, one of them, because hat trick in a Europa League final for Atlanta last season, and he just continued. And it's not like that's just okay. It was a one-off like season. Da, 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 da. No, he's still cooking this season. So I wouldn't even be mad at getting a look, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I would have never said this before he moved to Atlanta. I would never. But you could change your mind. So yeah, if he does leave, or not if, when he does leave Atlanta, then that will open up a spot for maybe a Rashford for sure. 100%. That can happen. Pick up Llewellyn. Hope you're doing well. Quante does the running for Mano. Exactly. And need Mano's ball retention in the eight. Don't have any other eights who can keep any progress like him. This is why I'm saying, like, I wouldn't mind him just being next to Ed Ugarte. I wouldn't mind that because I felt like he grew more and more into it and it looked well. So technically for me, that pivot would be my ideal pivot. A Ugarte and a, what should I say? Mainu, 100%. That kind of would be my ideal pivot for sure. Yes. Freaking hell, we've been live for almost an hour, but hey, we're about to wrap soon. But big up though. Amorim will improve United, and first thing first, he has to move some tired players on and get his own players in. Agreed? Agreed? Or has Lokman just found his place? I don't think this form carries to another team. I disagree. I disagree. I think this form can also carry to another team. I think so. But I hear what you're saying. There are certain players that, okay, maybe just found, you know, what's working right now, and it's the Gasperini. I think he's that's his coach for Atlanta, and it's working very well. So I hear that, I see it, but I just hmm, I think it can still work though. Do you like the stuff that Amorim has made in games so far? Yeah, here and there, yeah, yeah. I felt like initially with the Manchester Derby, I was like, "Ooh, did we make some of the stuff a bit too late?" But to be fair, it worked out. All of them had, you know, an impact. Some more than others, but they still had an impact. Even Anthony, he did well. Even I have to admit, he did well. Xerxes, all right. Euro, all right. Made when he came in, obviously way earlier on the first half, all right. Like, big up. But the Lookman goes, he needs a coach that gives him freedom of the wing. Exactly. Or wherever. Yeah. Sophia, you know me as a Liverpool fan, but I'm a big fan of Amorim. He is young and very ambitious, so he will do great for you. I think so too. I believe in Amorim 100%. I believe that Ruben Amorim can do some great things for sure. Am I sitting here and saying that he's going to win every trophy at my? No. Wait, heck, I'm not even saying that. All I'm saying is he might be the guy before the guy. He might be the guy that just sends the baton to the next guy and gets us in a better position to win multiple trophies, to become, great again. Make Man United great again, basically. That might happen, but we have to wait and see. How does Mount fit under Amorim Broski? I'll let you know right now. After Mount getting injured again, I'm saying action. I give up. I give up. I tried. Y'all know me. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Mount. Even at Chelsea, never been a fan of Mount. I told y'all. I told y'all. I wanted to be proven wrong. I wanted to be proven wrong. I don't want to be proven right. I don't like it. But to be honest, he got to go. He has to go respectfully. He has to go, blood. He has to go. He has to go respectfully. So, yeah. Mount needs to go too eventually. Exactly. Who would be your ideal player to replace Mount? That's a good question. Hmm. I don't even know. Like, there's options out there, but I'm like, I don't know. Think a little bit more about that. To be fair, though, for me, like, because he would be playing in the 10 role, and I would prefer having Amat in the 10 alongside of Bruno, even though Bruno, I think, at some stage also should be leaving, but that's a story for another day. But that's kind of where I'm at. It's I like Mount under Tuchel, but he's never looked the same since Tuchel left till now. Yeah, I think Tuchel leaving definitely ruined it for Mount for sure. I do think so. I generally do think that probably um, didn't help him out a lot, but you know, we move respectfully. We move. So how many likes do we have? We have 14 likes. I think we should get. We have so many more people watching. We got 14 likes. Disrespectful. Disrespectful. And we will try it again with the super chats in the future. But hey, either way, we move on. Thank you guys for just supporting the channel, liking, subscribing. To those of you who are members, big up to you. I appreciate that as well. We will be updating the membership um, perks very soon. So yeah, if you want to become a member, then the link is in the description box and also in the chat. There's also a join button. If you watch this on a browser, click on it, and you can become a member. Help the community grow even further. But guys, we've been live for an hour, which was not the plan whatsoever. But you'll see me back tomorrow. And I'll say this for the last time. Spurs versus Man United, Carabao Cup quarterfinal preview with the lovely Ash from All About the WSL. You don't want to miss it. Be there or be square. Let me, you know what? Since the lovely, the Big Six fans did redirect their stream over to my stream, let me also help somebody else out. Let me see who's live right now, who we can redirect to. Okay, and then y'all let them know that this then is a SFT raid. It's a beautiful football talk raid, okay? So let's see who is live now. Who is live right now? You know what? Let's send it over to Socks, the Arsenal fan. We'll do that. Yeah. Go show some love. Been there, of course, on so many different channels. Been on this channel before, so pick up the sub. Show him some love. But guys, see y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Sophie out. Bye-bye.